out.
Good afternoon. Yeah, I hear small children.
Maybe it's the
there.
seagulls.
Over there.
Really?
Somewhere. Maybe it was such a nice winter that even small children survived in Minnesota. Well, we come out here to show, Amy wanted to show the how many? 6? Oh, now it's hang on. 6, what are they called?
Loons.
Loons. There was some loons back. The ice is just more or less left in the last day. And then the eagles, which one is coming here, is up in the tree there. Yeah, they've been flying around, so spring is definitely here. But we aren't ready.
Not ready for spring?
No, I don't have the pontoon out. You know, that's the number one thing you got to do. Get the pontoon going. Oh. Well, with the change of the events that have happened, this is going to make it easy to, well, let's just go get the pontoon then. The birds have all left. The eagles flew away, so it must have seen us yakking and decided this is not paradise, so they left.
Well, it could be that they follow along the other birds.
Well, I wouldn't doubt the eagles left because their supper left, or that's the way they viewed it. I'm going to go in here because, well,
You gotta get, what, the pickup?
we'll just, editors cut this out.
See anything?
It's really moving, really disappearing.
I can't believe it. How about that? Ice out. How many different terms are there for ice out, ice off, lake is open? Are those ones?
I don't even really exercise my brain on that one.
Ice out?
Ice out.
Is that something?
Ice out. I think it's ice out.
Ice off? Does it matter?
No, it really doesn't matter, does it? It's gone. That's all that's
When the
important.
lake opens up, it's time to get the pontoon.
At least back in the shed at our house instead of at the farm.
Well, it's probably in the way there. Is it in
So
the
do
way?
they know? Well, it's gonna be in the way, so it's best that we did get the motor back together. So that is a plus. It was not as, it went together pretty good. A lot easier than it came apart because none of us knew how to take it apart, really. But yeah, so we're 99.9% sure that it is gonna work. But time will tell, I suppose.
So I suppose you talked about this motor on Chet's channel, or
Oh, yeah.
Farms, because I haven't really talked about this with you.
There was a rock
It was a rock.
that I gently skipped across. Skipped across it. I think it went to the side because there was no damage to the
Skipped.
little dealy bob that's right in front of the prop. I don't know.
You know,
no
if
marina guy.
there's damage
Marina.
done, it probably wasn't skipped. It was probably hit.
glanced off to
Glanced.
the side.
It was glanced. It was hit.
It was gently
Can we just
rearranged.
be honest?
It glanced off something.
Bounced off.
Yeah. Oh man, the longest lasting problem I've had in a while. The gift that keeps giving.
The histamines. They must think there's still something there to get rid of, and so it keeps producing what
Whatever.
histamines produce, which is
It produces irritation is what it's producing.
mucus.
Okay, so it's nice enough now that we are getting a little bit more travel, people out driving around on Saturday, Sunday mornings. So mornings, well, all day long. So
I don't see anybody.
Well, there's one guy over there. You're missing him.
Your windows are so dirty.
No, don't even show him. Just don't. I know there's always a excuse, you know, but there's a reason you have to use the excuse. Is that the right way of describing that? It's maybe been a couple of months since I've washed this thing. And it always
Has it
got
been a
so-
couple, or these people are keeping track? It's longer than that.
They could maybe tell me exactly how long it's been. I bet it's been 3. I would say after deer hunting I washed it, and maybe a couple of times after I was on the salty roads, but that was maybe it.
So do you think that if you have mud on the sides of your pickup, it might protect it from the salt?
It's a protection. Yeah.
It's protection.
I don't know.
knew you were going to say that. That's why I said that. It's a protection.
It protects from road grime, the gravel, stones. Yeah, it's a protection. Maybe not. I don't know.
I don't understand when you're so fussy about some things.
There was always a reason that it was going to snow. It did snow, then it thawed up. So everybody knows. A guy should just go to a routine of every Saturday, just like cleaning the barn. Every Saturday we wash the vehicle, whether it needs it or not. Well, they always need it seems like, but I thought we were going to get the pontoon.
We are going to get the pontoon. But we
And
like
now-
to talk about grime on
better
pickups.
covered. Yeah. Well, just don't show them when we are hooking up to the pontoon. Or, yeah, we'll wash the pickup. Amy, you're along. You can help wash the pickup before we hook up to the pontoon. I'm
No.
sure there's a rule where you cannot hook up to a boat with a dirty vehicle.
I think we've had this conversation before, and it's not too often the Durango makes it into the washing arena,
Not
whatever
at the
you
farm.
call it at the farm.
No, that's farm, no.
What's it called? The wash bay.
Wash bay at the farm.
What? I called it an arena.
I don't think the guys are going to want to. I have not seen any horses in the wash bay, the arena.
I used the wrong word. It's okay.
Yeah, I don't think the guys are going to want to wash your vehicle.
No.
So you wash that and tell
I
them.
want
You're
you
doing
to wash it.
it. Yeah, well, what about what I'm doing?
Well, you got to take some time at your noon hour.
Right. Just don't eat so much. Yeah.
My gosh.
That time of the year is coming soon enough.
What is?
Don't eat so much. Open up the sandwich bag and look at a bunch of sandwiches that you're so sick of you could rather start chewing on your own arm.
Maybe we should get you one of those little crock potty things that
Oh, yeah.
Brody has.
I don't know. I wouldn't mind that, but that'd be more cords in my way, and I'm good.
It might spill everywhere.
So if I wouldn't shed a few pounds in the spring and the fall, you never know what size a guy could get to be.
Yeah, it's
Well,
okay.
we're gonna stick to the old way, sticking to the old habits.
So speaking of old things, the old time and the new time. How long are you going to go without changing your clock this year?
I think we've already. Well, I haven't switched over here. Yeah.
Douglas?
It isn't so bad in the spring. 340.
Douglas hates to do the time change, and so he rebels for about a week. He will
Only in
not.
the fall. Just the fall. Because that really does mess a guy up. Springtime, you got time to massage that problem.
Okay.
So are we on daylight saving time or off right now? Daylight
On because
saving
we're trying
is
to
on.
save it in the evening, but we lose it in the morning, so that's
So it's already 4:45?
4:45. 4:40.
Oh, brother.
Yep.
Okay, we're back on board now. We're right with the world. We're on the same time
I can't
schedule.
believe it.
Well, if you want to tell them about the issue I have with them at harvest and switching,
I can't.
you go right ahead, but I'm going to open this door up and get the pontoon
already
ready
told
for
them.
travel.
You have a hard time with change.
It's got nothing to do with change. I'll change whatever you got to do to change. Just don't change it when it's dark in the morning and all of that, and then you can barely get up the way it is, and then you're going to change the time on me when I'm already. I suppose in the fall, though, you gain an hour. See?
Yeah.
Don't mess with it in the fall. That's all I'm saying.
showing them how clean your pickup is.
I suppose. I found a. That must fell off when I was working. Huh.
Huh.
Oh, there
You
it
gotta
is.
push that thing down.
Oh boy. It's never a lack of problems.
Is that for a shower? That's where the Lugabaloo goes.
The Lugabaloo. Who would ever believe it?
You gotta push the
Oh,
ring.
gosh.
Yes, thank you.
All this stuff. Guys gotta remember. Ice waters.
Wind blowing my camera around.
Maybe you should come up here
Yeah?
and sit and talk.
We just pretend we're on the lake.
I was gonna say the same thing. We could just stay in here, air conditioned, as the furnace just kicked on, so it's only 55 outside, so the furnace is set at 60. So think how nice it'd be all the time. Climate controlled pontooning. You could put a bladder in the shop here and just fill it up about 3 feet deep. You think of the gas you'd save, Amy.
We would just sit and float
Right.
and smell the amazing aromas in here of
You could put whatever.
belts and oil.
Oh, you'd
and
have to put a fragrance
Oh.
injector in the air.
let's put a lake fragrance.
No. Well, depends on what lake.
Yeah.
I've smelled some pretty bad ones. So yeah, that's this year's plan. We're just gonna climate controlled pontooning.
Sign me up.
Got the refrigerator fixed.
Oh, what was wrong?
Well, the problem with the refrigerator was that all I had to do was take the battery and unplug it and plug it back. I don't know, it must got freaked out. Didn't like the, I don't know. I'm sure it won't work again. So
I
if
don't
you guys,
understand any of that.
well, it's battery backup. So when the boat motor is running, it charges the battery. So it does run off the battery all the time with a AC DC converter. DC, it's a converter that runs the battery powered refrigerator. And I butchered that.
It's fixed.
It's not like your house.
It's fixed. I get out of that.
Okay.
You got it. Yeah. I tucked the curtain in there.
Do they know that they...
That truly is where we have a 5-gallon bucket with a liner, and then there's cat litter inside of the bucket in case we're on the boat and somebody can't make it a few miles across the lake to.
Otherwise, I think it's called a changing room
Or yeah, I think they do call it a changing room.
/ bathroom,
Right.
but not really.
Which is
Well,
just,
okay.
well, it was a bonus as this was used, and we got all these wonderful bonuses with it. I'm terrible at this job. You're too far to the east. Stop. This is why they don't have me help. This is why you don't have me help with these things.
Well, yeah,
They said you're too far to the east. Did you hear me say that?
I seen you looking down.
I said you're too far to the east, and I kept going like this. Does that mean anything?
This ain't a parade where you're waving at people, Amy. This. I'll try it again. Speak up a little bit.
Well, you saw how far now, so that should help. could.
There could be a video of backing up to the snowmobile trailer, and after that big storm that went through, we were trying to pick up the sticks, and well, that's where those two, never before have I had a dent in my bumper, but I've got two of them now. Trying to back up with big hunting boots on, mud boots, and let's just say the throttle, my foot wasn't, yeah. So
hit
now,
the gas.
So now, see that dent?
Oh, I see it. Oh, wow. Yeah.
Just look away.
Well, you can't see it when
day
it's
of
dirty.
shame.
When it's dirty, you can't see it so much. There's another reason, Doug.
Right, don't wash the pickup because then you can see the dent in your bumper.
So maybe this year we'll be able to put the dock in before planting? Is that possible?
I haven't thought on that. The problem with doing, you only need one cold night and a bunch of waves so that all the water splashes up on the dock, and then your dock becomes the size of a ship, and then it takes it down to the bottom of the ocean.
Well, I didn't say tomorrow. I said
Oh man, the dust, Amy.
before planting. Yeah.
I don't know. It's going to be more than likely a early planting season. So should a guy put your dock in that early?
Well, should you plant that early then if you're worried about ice getting on the dock?
I'm going to have to call Dan Rather. Oh, he's gone.
Dan Rather? He's not a weatherman.
Oh, not Dan Rather. No, not that. No. No, what was his name?
Jim Rohn.
Jim Rohn and South Dakota Channel out there.
Oh, yeah.
Captain 11. Yeah, that was the same guy. Captain 11?
It's the same guy as the weatherman?
Yeah. What was his name?
Well, you guys got that channel. I didn't when I was growing up. Channel 3?
Channel 3, Kelloland.
Kelloland, Sioux
TV.
Falls, South Dakota.
Yeah, it made all the sense in the
Dave
world.
Diedrich.
Dave.
No.
Dave. Dave?
Was it Dave?
I'm going to have to call Mom.
I have to call Mom. And maybe somebody will comment already who it is before we even know from your mom.
So we always like, Mom and Dad, or Dad, like watching South Dakota news because the weather usually headed from the west back in those days, from the west to the east, instead of like last summer where everything come from the south and went north. Never. Whatever. So, if you listen to the Minneapolis stations, they reported on what we were getting, not what we were going to get.
Right.
So, everything, that's why we watched the South Dakota station, had to have a special antenna. It was quite a
Channel
deal.
3 antenna.
Right.
We didn't have that in town.
Yeah, you town girls didn't have what we had out in the country. Didn't experience the outhouses. No, we didn't have that. Although Grandpa and Grandma in the same yard had one. Oh boy.
I think we didn't put our seatbelts on because we were driving so super slow on the driveway.
If they can't see me coming at 5 miles an hour, are you really gonna?
It's the rule.
It's peer pressure, I tell you.
It's the rule.
I was never good at peer pressure.
Consistency. This is what I was told. Oh, there's another bald eagle, which now we're not.
That's not a bald eagle. That's a red-tailed hawk.
Okay, I get too excited when I see big bird and I think. And sometimes the adolescent bald eagles look like hawks because they are brownish. They're not black and they don't have a white head yet. Right?
Yeah, kind of, maybe.
What do you want, my camera?
No, I was gonna get your face in there a little bit better because they want to see you, not me.
Oh, I don't know about that.
So now we're gonna go down to we're gonna keep her under 10 miles an hour here.
So when the pontoon is in the shop, I'm saying to Doug, I don't know if I've ever seen it this clean, except for maybe in the showroom. But after last summer, not having grass and so much wind and
Picking rock with our rock picking equipment, making dust, which I had to stop the one day because it was just literally like some sort of desert storm going down.
Blasting on everything on the dock going that direction. So anyway, it looks super clean, so it's kind of sad to have to drive it home now.
We got a good enough wind. In my mind, the wind is gonna blow the dust that the pickup is making, and then we won't have no issues. How come I'm holding these guys now?
I thought you wanted to do some. You can't see anything.
No,
anyway.
there's they're going back over to you.
All right then.
Yeah, there was something else that
We were going to talk about.
we were gonna talk about there when I was coming down the driveway. I thought I was leading into it, but you didn't pick up on it. We'll be right back after this local.
We're talking about the weather.
Dan Rather.
We've been reading about Samson and Delilah. Was it anything to do with that? Forgiveness? We learned about unforgiveness this morning. Nothing?
It's gone.
It's nothing? Nothing there?
No. That's something like that. It was a little like that. I'll think of it in 5 minutes.
Okay. If not, thanks for joining us. Take care. Well, you remembered what it was.
We're back. We're back again. Without no loons and the eagles. They chased them away for the year, I suppose.
I hope not.
So minus the...
Goose. There's geese,
There's
too.
geese, I hear. Goose? Geese.
I meant to say geese.
Geeses. It's geeses, eh? No, what I was had remembered was Amy. Go ahead and tell them now.
Of course.
It had something. Somebody's driving by. Oh, I know that guy.
You do?
Yeah, I know him. Not even a horn beep. Oh yeah. Well, go ahead, Amy. Share it with him.
What do you mean me share? It was going to be you that shared because you remembered it about it.
I remember bringing it up, and then you took over.
Yeah.
I was leading you into the direction.
Because it's uncomfortable for you to talk about.
Well, you do very well.
Well, I know the parable was from the message today, was from Matthew chapter 18. And it was about forgiveness and unforgiveness. And I think it was Peter that was asking about how many times that he should forgive. And what did Jesus say?
Well, it's pretty much forever, I suppose.
There's no limit. It's limitless how much you should forgive. 7 times, he asked, and then it's more like 70 times 7 is actually, it's not able to be counted, I would say.
Yeah. Boy, you're doing good, Amy.
So I'm guessing that part of the sermon must hit you between the eyeballs, or
well,
what?
it just got a guy thinking. So I'll try to really do this quick. If he can forgive all of us, why is it so hard for us to forgive one or two, I'll just say people, or you could
offenses,
or one or two things, or whatever. We all have them, but it is, when you think of it that way, it is maybe easier. It should be easier for us to forgive if we feel we've been wronged, or if we know we have been. But when you think of it that way, it's pretty silly that we just don't all forgive each other easily.
We want to hang on to stuff, and it ends up to be more like a trap or a prison of if you don't forgive, it's more harmful to you, really.
Oh, yeah.
Than the person you aren't forgiving. It's like they're going about their life, and so we have to kind of consider how much that Jesus took on, an enormous, not countable amount of sin he took on. And so we need to be willing.
Reconsider. We're
in refinement, all of us.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, and now with that local update, we'll leave you all to your evenings.
Thank you. Have a blessed night. Thanks.